So what about LinkedIn? You know, where you're supposed to have a really sequential history of jobs, and this one doesn't. It's a younger person. How would it work for LinkedIn in terms of their profile? Make it look like the resume because you don't have a lot of job experience?
So let me give you something that I actually just dealt with in on LinkedIn. So I have a client that's out of Sweden that specializes in regulatory and compliance in the banking industry. They needed me to find someone who does regulatory and compliance in banking that also knows how to do sales, which in itself is a needle in the haystack, and then a relationship manager. I looked at 1,000 LinkedIn profiles. 700 of them had their job title, VP of Compliance and Regulatory Effect, the date of work, and the name of the bank that they worked for. That's it. No technical information, no description of what they actually do in the job. If you think I have the time to message 700 people and say, hey, do you have these skill sets in compliance and regulatory? Have you done any sales? No. So these people, if they lose their job, will have a very hard time because their resume or their LinkedIn profile is so generic. Of the 300 that were remaining, I looked at the 100 that I really invested in their LinkedIn, and I really liked what was written there. And I interviewed 20, I sent my client eight. My client called me and said, I wish I had the money, I would hire all eight of them. That's how
Okay.
well.
Oh, this is I forgot for listeners. This is when he's also a recruiter. You're acting as the recruiter now.
Correct. Right. So here's the thing. So again, on LinkedIn, if you, let's say, in similar to Indeed, okay, if you have technical skills, let's say, Daniel, I'm going to use you as a career professional
Hmm.
aeronautical engineer, and there is let's say, 100 aeronautical engineering words that you might have been exposed to in your career or in your education, add all 100. If you only give me three words, I really don't care about
And
you
this
as
is in my LinkedIn profile.
correct. Same thing in your LinkedIn profile. Understand that I do more what's called old school headhunting. I don't post jobs as much as I can. I try to reach out to kind of candidates.
You're doing keyword searches.
Or yes, or combination like old Boolean searches of things that I'm looking for. Don't assume I've got your resume. I've read your resume. So the more you can spoon me and feed me information, like if you give me your highlight reel on your LinkedIn profile and says, for this company, here's the like I worked for Honeywell and I was able to decrease costs by 30%. I was able to increase whatever streamline or aerodynamics of this airplane model by this. I could go, okay, you've got some results. Even if I'm a recruiter that doesn't know anything about engineering and aeronautical engineering in particular, I have numbers that give me a starting point to ask you a question
Hmm.
and see if it relates to my clients. So don't be lazy on your LinkedIn where you kind of just give me your job title and your how long you've worked there. Give me details. And again, don't just give me, I know how to do this.
Hmm.
Yes, I know how to do this in terms of the technical skills, but give me the specific, here's the results I can produce. Because again, if I have to guess how good you are, chances are I'm going to guess significantly less than what you've actually done. And keep in mind that most people that are looking on LinkedIn are HR professionals, and HR professionals don't necessarily know or understand aeronautical engineering.
Oh, they don't know the jargon.
They don't know the jargon. They have from the knock codes, here's the jargon that should go with aeronautical engineer, or let's say a director or VP that says, I need an aeronautical engineer that knows how to do these things.
Oh, and then you're like an attorney because I've mentioned something specific. Now you latch onto that. You're going to ask me questions, even though an attorney doesn't know anything about the subject matter he's interviewing the expert on. The expert's given him something to start with.
But again, the level of um, if you've quantified this is what you've done, then I can.
Quantify, quantify. Okay. So, what's the etiquette, the professional way to work with and communicate with a recruiter? Say one reaches out to you.
So there's two scenarios here. First of all, one recruit reaches out to you. So listen, ask some questions on the opportunity, right? Is it right for so right now I'm recruiting for Atlanta, Georgia, for example. Now I posted because it's in the medical field and it's harder, I posted all throughout the US. And even though there's a questionnaire there that says, are you willing to relocate to Atlanta? I've had people click yes, but not actually realize that the position says in Atlanta, Georgia, and relocate to Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
It didn't connect for them because it's auto, I need a job, I need a job. So
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
just
yeah.
clicking
I'll
it.
do it. If I get the job, I'll do it, but I'm really not going to want to. I'm
Right. So when I call them, I'm like, you sent me your resume for this. Here's the role. Are you still interested?